Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 24. Let's get started now. The book of 2 Chronicles chapter 24 tells the story of Joash, the king of Judah, and his reign over the nation. The chapter highlights the importance of faithfulness to God, obedience to his laws, and the consequences of disobedience. At the beginning of the chapter, we see that Joash was a good king who did what was right in the eyes of the Lord. He restored the temple of God and ensured that the Levites and priests were properly compensated for their service. He also instructed the people of Judah to bring their tithes and offerings to the temple, so that God's work could be properly funded. However, after Jehoiada died, Joash began to listen to the advice of other officials who encouraged him to turn away from God. He began to worship idols and turn a deaf ear to the prophets who were sent to warn him of the consequences of his actions. God sent the prophet Zechariah to speak to Joash and warn him of the judgment that would come upon him and the nation if he did not turn back to God. However, Joash and his officials did not listen to Zechariah and instead had him stoned to death in the temple courtyard. As a result of his disobedience, God allowed the Syrians to invade Judah and to plunder the nation. Joash was wounded in battle and later died, and the nation was left in a state of turmoil and chaos. The story of 2 Chronicles chapter 24 teaches us several important lessons. First, it emphasizes the importance of faithfulness to God and obedience to his laws. Joash was a good king when he followed God's ways, but he was led astray by the advice of others and by his own desire for power and wealth. We too must be careful to remain faithful to God and to obey his commands, even when it is difficult or unpopular to do so. Second, the story highlights the consequences of disobedience and the importance of listening to God's prophets. Joash refused to listen to the warnings of Zechariah, and as a result, he suffered the consequences of his disobedience. We too must be willing to listen to God's prophets and to heed their warnings, even if we do not like what they have to say. Third, the story emphasizes the importance of leadership and the impact that leaders can have on a nation. Joash was a good king when he followed God's ways and listened to the advice of wise and faithful leaders like Jehoiada. However, he was led astray by the advice of others, and his disobedience had a disastrous impact on the nation of Judah. We too must be careful to choose wise and faithful leaders who will guide us in the ways of God and lead us to do what is right. In conclusion, the story of 2 Chronicles chapter 24 is a powerful reminder of the importance of faithfulness to God, obedience to his laws, and the consequences of disobedience. It also highlights the importance of listening to God's prophets and choosing wise and faithful leaders who will guide us in the ways of God. May we all strive to remain faithful to God and to obey his commands, and may we seek out leaders who will guide us in his ways and help us to do what is right. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.